All right. Hello, everybody. Can I first off just say that you are so fortunate that you get opportunities like this as high school students. I know growing up in Langley a while ago, I did not get this kind of opportunity. So kudos, thank you so much for being here, and I'm really excited to tell you a little bit about my story. So, like I was introduced, my name's Sarah. I am a product manager at Clio. Raise your hand if you know what a product manager is. I'm surprised to see a couple of hands. No, this is a relatively not so well-known role, but is something that is really picking up the pace in the technology industry. And I work at a company called Clio, which builds practice management software for the legal industry. And so, how many of you have a cell phone on your person or in your pocket right now? I'm going to take a gamble and say you're not voting as much as you should. Everyone that has a cell phone or basically interacts with anything in their day-to-day, you're all consumers of technology. So we'll do a quick polling question. We'll see if you've been listening this morning. True or false, do you have to be able to write code to work in tech? Good. Thank you for listening. That's awesome. So, you got to listen harder, the rest of you. But no. If we head back to the slides, absolutely the answer is false. You do not need to know how to code to work in tech. I do not know how to code, but I work with people in engineering roles every single day. And so that's just to say that tech is really everywhere. No matter what kind of business you're interacting with in your day-to-day, I'm sure even in many of your classrooms, you are all familiar with the fact that tech is really a part of your life. And everyone's talked a lot about how awesome this career path is. We're employing over 100,000 people in the tech industry and generating over $26 billion in revenue each year. And you can earn a nice slice of that revenue. So when I was your age, I had no idea what this potential career path could offer. I, like the slide said, thought I might want to be a lawyer, which I guess ironically I now do work with lawyers in my current job, or I wanted to be a veterinarian. And I decided I was sitting, I guess I was in grade 12, I was sitting at my kitchen table talking to my dad about what I should apply for at university, and I actually wanted to, at that point, go into interior design. I really liked to create creative work, and I really wanted to do that. And he said, you know what, Sarah, why don't you go and get a business degree? That's a really kind of good place to start. If you want to still go be an interior designer, absolutely, go do that after. But let's start with business. And what I learned there was that there really are a ton of opportunities in tech, and like many of the speakers have said before, you don't need a comp sci degree necessarily in order to benefit from these. So when you take a look at tech companies, Clio, for example, is a software as a service firm, and so we are building software that is servicing other companies. So we're in the business-to-business realm. But there's also business-to-consumer, so those are Instagram, Snapchat, any of the apps that you're familiar with using in your day-to-day life. No matter what you're really interested in, there's a route that you can take in order to work in tech and still align with your own interests. So my own journey started right here at UBC. I went to the Sauder School of Business, just like my dad recommended. And while I was there, I decided that all of the different options that you can take once you're in a university program are kind of varied. And so in business, it's pretty common to do accounting or finance. There was a technology management track that had just been implemented and was kind of not that popular, although in hindsight, that probably would have been a great fit. But I ended up taking marketing. And the reason I was drawn to marketing was that it really combined the kind of left and right brain. I was able to do things strategically, but also have that creative flair that I had been interested in. And while I was at school, I went through my whole degree program, and I ended up doing co-op. And the first company that I worked at in tech in co-op was a company called Pulse Energy. And that was building energy intelligence software. And I worked on the marketing team there, and it was cool, it was fun. It was a really great experience in that as soon as I graduated university, they just hired me right on. I was able to continue on. I didn't have to ever do the whole job hunt or anything like that, so definitely recommend co-op. But they ended up being acquired by a company called Enernoc. And after working there for about 3 years, Enernoc wound up putting the Pulse Energy business back up for sale. And I, for the first time in my life, found myself not really knowing what to do next. I was laid off from my job, and I kind of came to realize that when things go south in companies, it's often sales and marketing that get the worst impacted. The people that build the product are typically not the ones that lose their jobs first. And so as I was looking at what other career options I could take, I wound up moving into a product marketing role. And so that was at a company called WineDirect, building e-commerce software for the wine industry, which was pretty cool. And while I was there, I actually realized that there was a potential fit for a product management job. And so product management is this kind of funny role that not a lot of people know about, but essentially what I do is I work with and understand my customers. So I talk to a lot of customers. We have over 150,000 customers globally at Clio. And I bring that back to the business, and I work with engineering and design teams in order to build solutions to the problems that I've identified. Now, that's kind of it in a nutshell. It involves a lot of stakeholder management, so communicating throughout the company why we're doing what we're doing, and prioritizing all of the different things that we could be doing. So a lot of trade-offs, a lot of hard decisions to be made. But I really realized that that was going to be a perfect fit for me. And so that brought me to my next company where I ended up doing product management, which was Clio, where I'm employed today. And so Clio builds software that basically helps lawyers stay organized in their day-to-day and work with their clients, build their clients, and keep on track of all the legal work and all the casework that happens when you're a practicing lawyer. And so Clio, we've got about 300 employees, offices in Burnaby, Calgary, Toronto, Dublin, and LA. It's growing like crazy. We have 40 open roles right now, so it's really a company that I feel really fortunate to work at and has absolutely taken off in the last 10 years. And so there's a few reasons why working at Clio are great. I really love that Rocky called out the diversity and inclusion side of things. That's something that's really held near and dear to the heart of every Cleon, as we are called when we work at Clio. It's a passion of mine to really improve diversity and inclusion at our company, and that goes to show that the culture is something that we really, really care about, and our opportunity to make a difference in the legal industry. So our mission statement is to transform the practice of law for good. And the for good means for the better, but also permanently. Lawyers are often stuck kind of in the dark ages. They don't necessarily take advantage of all the modern offerings that have developed as a result of technology. And so there's endless opportunity to make an impact. And we, of course, also win lots of awards. It's a great place to work, in addition to the ping pong tables and the free lunches that the standard tech company comes with these days. But there's other companies in Vancouver as well that are all doing really cool things as well. So whether you're interested in fashion or gaming or healthcare or communications, there is a company for you in Vancouver that is doing something that is going to interest you. So I mentioned I spend a lot of time talking to customers. This is a shot from our annual ClioCon Cloud Conference, which is held, it was in New Orleans this past October. And this is where we're at in the lab. And so I'm sitting there with my computer, and these are some customers that have come up to speak with me, and I'm actually walking them through a beta feature that we just built. So getting their feedback in real time, trying to understand, would this work for them? What changes do we need to make in order to make it work for them? And that's the kind of thing that I'm doing consistently in my day-to-day. So you could be a product manager like me if you want to go into tech. I am a little bit biased, but I love it. It's a really incredibly challenging and fascinating role. I don't think I have had one boring day at work since I moved into product management, but there are other roles as well. You could be a product designer. So these are the folks, if I'm the one that owns the customer problem, these are the people that own the solution. And so these are the people that I work with in order to design the solution to the customer problem and what this is going to look like in the software. You could be a software developer. These are the folks that obviously implement those changes. But that's not all. You could work in data science, product marketing like me, sales engineering, customer success. Whatever you're passionate about or you're really good at, you can take those skills and apply those to a role in tech. And some of the things that helped me get ahead early on and that have really impacted my career so far are things like being a team player. You'll hear that as a cliche, but it's absolutely true. You need to be able to build relationships and really work together as a team. Being organized, being a self-starter, those are all skills that you can develop now and really apply as you get further into your career. So what I really want you to leave with here is keep your options open and don't close any doors on yourselves. If you get an opportunity to take more advanced courses that are going to help you get into university, help you get into a specific program you're interested in, take them now. It's a great time to do it. If you have the opportunity to do co-op or any internships or anything like that, I know when I was 18, I was like, oh, should I do co-op? It'll delay my graduation. That absolutely does not matter. You should get the work experience while you can, because that's going to really pay dividends when you get further into your career. And just don't close any doors on yourselves. Take the opportunities, say yes, and come be part of the future. Thanks.